Hi there, this is Stephanie with a suggestion for you. I hear a lot of parents asking, how do I know if it's depression and not just the usual teenage funk or headspace that they can sometimes get in? So one thing to keep in mind is that teens do need a lot of sleep. They need about 10 hours sleep for brain development and growth. It takes a lot to power all of that growth that's going on. But if they're sleeping more than 10 hours and if they're sleeping at weird times of the day, different times of the day, if they seem to be using sleep as an escape, then yes, that's definitely signs of depression. You should start asking some questions. If their appetite has changed in any other ways, that's a sign. So, just tuning into your kids' habits and getting to know what's the usual patterns for them is helpful. And so if you notice that they're suddenly not eating as much as they typically do, or they're binging, snacking a lot, eating foods that maybe aren't as healthy as you would like instead of healthy foods, that's something to be concerned about. Food can be used as a way to escape feelings, just like any other drug or addiction activity. So just keeping that in mind, what's the usual diet that your child is typically on, and has that changed? And then if they have difficulty concentrating, so there's a lot going on in the world, and even as adults we're struggling to manage our emotions in this pandemic. And so we have this idea sometimes as adults that teens have it easy, all they have to do is go to school, and maybe they have a part-time job, but they don't know what it's like to adult, and they should just be grateful that they're not feeling what I'm feeling as an adult. But we fail to recognize all of the pressures and all of the things that are going on for a teen that maybe just weren't happening during our teen years, and so we didn't experience them. But it doesn't make it any less true for them. So if they're having difficulties concentrating in school or on other activities that they typically enjoy, that could be a sign that they're struggling with, some really big emotions. And so keeping that in mind, we want to sort of look for signs of agitation or signs of a low mood. Are they much more quiet than they usually are? If they're usually very outgoing and boisterous, have they sort of cut themselves off from other people? Do they seem to get very agitated in situations that it's not really expected behavior? Those are all signs that they're maybe struggling with depression or depressed thoughts. So we want to tune into that and recognize that we can't just chalk everything up to hormones and typical teen issues. These aren't typical times, and their lives are completely different than maybe what we had growing up. And so we should address each child individually and try to figure out what's going on for them. So, thank you and have a great day.